More on databases. This is basic DBMS structure. If you remember from your book, this is not a substitute for your book, remember. DBMS stands for the Database Management System. And I've kind of done a little drawing here. I just kind of flipped it off the top of my head. Ooh, Nero's doing diagrams. Don't worry, it's not going to be a habit. Don't fret. It's all kinds of different people and different functions that are being done. They're usually done by different people. The smaller your company, the more widespread you have to be. But by and large, you're not going to have one person that can do everything tied to your database. I think I said that in a previous recording. Unless you've got Superman. And if you do, pay them a lot and get really good insurance on them so they don't die. Okay? Because if they die, you're screwed. Okay? And that's not a way to run a business. So that's why we segment up all these responsibilities and all these different ways of doing things so that you can have several people doing it, so that if one person drops dead, because this often happens around databases, people will drop dead on you. Oh my gosh. And then you're going to have to hire somebody else to take their place. And hopefully there are people that already know that this job, although decently well paying, is a death sentence because you're going to live in that job forever. That's not true, but it's fun to think of it that way because you really do sometimes. You really do want the people that really know your database and know how to use it and its application within your organization. You don't want to lose them because that's a lot of knowledge that's really, 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 really intensely hard to pass on. So you want to split it up into little pieces so you have a better chance of getting people who can actually step into those roles when needed. Okay. Let's go over this a little bit. Do I have my little, and here you go, right here. This bottom part from here over to here is from really the user's standpoint. There's a difference between the users and those who actually build and maintain the database and the data inside of it. There's really two different groups of people. These are mostly data entry people. Could be secretaries, could be administrative assistants. I don't know. Could just be regular people that just put data, that just use, they're called forms. That's a big thing. And forms are how you get data into your database. Here, I've got this cute database. You like this? I got this picture off the internet. Here's a link to it, so you'll know that I give proper attribution to those who did. Okay, normal relational database, tables and the relationships between them. You can see the tables right here. Here's a table, here's a table, here's a table. And then you'll see the little lines between them. These are the actual relationships between pieces of data in here, between keys. Make sure you read your book. If I'm talking gibberish to you, it's because you probably haven't read the book yet. Trying to make it as simple as I can from a guy who gets down into the muck of it. That's what I do a lot. It's hard to put it into terms that normal people are used to using. So I hope it works out. Of course, if you always have questions, you can always ask. It's what the discussion's for. And ask the instructor. That's what I'm here for. Hi, I'm Jason. I'm your instructor today. Everything comes in through forms from the user's standpoint, and everything goes out in reports. That's how you get data out of the information. Now, these are all canned and structured so that they're easy and a regular user, as part of their job, can just have a set of forms that they use and then a set of reports that they get. And for some of them, that constitutes the bulk of their job, putting information in, getting information out through a very canned system. We have, I won't talk much about roles yet. Okay. There's some people that are behind the scenes that you might never see. First one is database design, the person that actually creates the larger, I don't even know if you could call it an application. mostly generates the schema, how things are arranged. The database designer really ends up being the person who creates the tables and the relationships between them. Really that wizard behind the curtain that you really don't know what they do, but you're glad they do it. You can look at them that way. From a managerial standpoint, you really probably are not going to be involved in database creation at all, unless you're at a huge company and that's what your specific department is in charge of. Then you have a bunch of people that spend all their days working on the database design of different databases that are desired by the company. Here's my role. Here's what I do. One of the things that I do here at the university is database administration. These are the people that keep the database running. To a large extent, we also do security on it, and updates. Updates are a big thing for us. I'm doing a ton of updates right now. It can get a little crazy, boring, but it has to be done if you want to keep your database running. Let's see. Is there anything else really to talk about when it comes to just the basic DBMS structure and what functions need to be done in it? This is really the day-to-day work that most people in your company do when they do databases. Put your information into forms. Sometimes they're web-based. It's going that way a lot more. Right now, our school and many others in the state, our university, is moving from doing a very proprietary kind of forms thing. It's a Java program that you have to run. It's very difficult to maintain. It's ugly. It comes straight out of the 70s. And, it's just old. And it's getting taken out and replaced by something a little more web-based. Sad part is the actual interface is an exact duplicate of the 70s. It's just web-based. It's like, oh, man, couldn't you guys done this better? To say, what exactly are you after? Let me help you get there. Anyway, it's okay. And then you come out and you have all these reports. Sometimes you have wonderful, beautiful reports. It actually takes the raw data, which used to be what the reports were. It used to be, you used to have these big, huge sheets of paper with lots of columns on them. And you would have to go through them to figure out what you really needed. Better designed reports would cut down on that quite a bit. The reports being outputted these days can be really pretty looking. If you see your college transcript and the newer electronic versions of that, that's actually just a database report. Nothing more exotic than that. So it can be really pretty, it can be really ugly, but stuff like that, it goes pretty well. Anyway, okay, I think that's all we have to say on this, at least all I have to say on basic DBMS structure. Have a great day.